We've got Connal Parr here, he's a senior lecturer in history at Northumbria University, joining us from Dublin. So we've got an expert on the topic. A warm welcome. This is a really interesting one, so eager to get your take, because this group of lawyers of Israel claimed that there were historically inaccurate references to Palestine. What's your view? Is this true?
Well, firstly, I think it's worth saying that it seems as if it's affected particularly one particular gallery, which is the Levant gallery, which covers the era from 2000 to 300 BC, and that these are the references to Palestine have been removed in that particular gallery. They do acknowledge that they've kept Palestine and references to Palestinians in later kind of UN era, as in modern historical political terms, that they are retained within various exhibitions. But it's a very, in and of itself, what's striking to me about this is that it's a very political act and quite an active act, and if you like, in terms of actually changing historical content on very visible public memorials and public history, to be able to do something like this. And it shows, for me, it reflects the power of a very organized lobby, not just UK Lawyers for Israel. I should also point out that the museum said that it had already made these changes last year, before the letter from UK Lawyers for Israel. But for me, it reflects the power of that lobby, which is very organised.
So would you say this is an unusual move then by the British Museum?
To be fair, history always changes, and the presentation of history in a public presentational sense always changes as well. I should declare that I'm a citizen of Ireland, and as befits my name, and we have our government has a different approach to this than the UK government does at this particular moment. But it is pretty quite action-oriented, quite radical to an extent, because we have a situation where the content is being shifted in line with feedback and in line with pressure. And that obviously has a lot of implications for our politics and our body politic across these islands in the UK and in Ireland, and indeed the global stage.
As we know, history is told differently by the storyteller. Do you think the British Museum is taking sides here? I
think that they probably are. I think that they are. Again, this is a sort of subjective view, and it's rare that issue and this issue doesn't raise subjective views. But I think that they are taking sides, and again, the fact that changes in historical content are forthcoming and happening in different sectors is emblematic of that broader pressure that is brought to bear on public institutions like this. I should say, and it would be worth pointing out to your viewers, that there has been a change.org petition which has raised over 5,000 signatures, which talks about how the Palestinian presence has been is being erased from public memory, and that they have called and signed that petition to try and reverse the changes. So there is also a pushback to it, but it shows how contested these things are in our world.
It certainly does. Connal Parr, thank you very much indeed, a senior lecturer in history at Northumbria University, joining us from Dublin. We appreciate that.